Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at comparing and obviously try to understand if Solana can really take over this cryptocurrency and blockchain sector. So we're going to be comparing Solana to Ethereum, we're going to be comparing Cardano to Ethereum, we're going to be also comparing Polkadot to Ethereum based on the following parameters. So we're going to be looking at transaction, adoption, fees, staking, and obviously validator. Based on all these parameters, eventually we're gonna decide together which one will have the most chance of succeeding. And obviously you want to decide if you are looking to invest after you already purchased all your top favorite cryptocurrency and you're actually looking to invest in another altcoin. So we're going to be looking at which one will potentially give you the highest return if you were to consider entering today. So let's start and let's dig in. Trying to compare and see which blockchain actually is a better solution for us. So let's first dive into stakers.info. So here we can actually see the exact number of validators there is on multiple blockchain. So we have Ethereum that have over 200,000 validators. Then we have Cardano have over 2,000 validator, and then we have Polkadot have 297. And then if we look at Solana have over 1,600 validator. Just for you guys to understand in regards to validator where each blockchain stand. Obviously, if you want to compete with Ethereum, you need to obviously have as many validators as possible. The more validator you have, the more decentralized the blockchain can be, because having 100 or having 2,000, yes, it's still a nice amount of validator, but still not decentralized enough, at least in my opinion. Now, another thing you obviously want to look at is that ridiculous gas fee that we have on Ethereum. So you obviously have multiple breakdown of Ethereum fees. So you have obviously the ERC transfer, which is, from what I can see here on today price range, it can be up to $30. And then obviously if you decide to swap your ERC20 or your Ether from one cryptocurrency to another, you'll be looking at around $90. So if you have $100 of value of token, you'll be saying bye-bye to $90 of just the Uniswap fee, which is ridiculous high. And obviously if you're trying to remove or add liquidity on Uniswap, you're looking at $80. That doesn't even count if you're looking to obviously to add an NFT or to remove an NFT. You'd be looking at a very hectic amount, and I think last time I saw it was around $300 or $400 just to basically have your NFT being listed on an NFT platform, which is extremely high. This is why I'm making this video, because I'm trying to participate in this ecosystem and I'm basically being charge a ridiculous fee. If I'm trying to stake my ERC20 on specific token, I'm literally have, let's say, $100 and I need to pay $100 just to put on a small contract, which is not very nice. I'm literally just holding it and waiting for and hoping for those small contract fees to go down to a decent amount of money. So this is the current issue that we currently have on Ethereum, and this is obviously why we have some other exciting blockchains such as Solana, Cardano, and Polkadot obviously trying to compete with Ethereum, obviously try to lure in different sectors if it's to do with gaming, NFT, smart contract, and obviously try to lure different projects to build on top of it. So first, let's look at Solana. So Solana is basically, their slogan is powerful for developer, fast for everyone. And currently, from what I can see, they have 1,900 live transaction, and the average cost per transaction is 0.00025, which is ridiculously low. And obviously, if you are trading on a DeFi exchange or platform, you want to be paying those fees. You don't want to be literally trying to maybe find an arbitrage or make some money and then literally lose all your profit for the just swapping those tokens. And obviously something for you guys to consider is that there's basically 937 validator. Now this is all the different projects that obviously they have, and you can obviously read more about it, but from what I can see is they actually have now almost 400 different projects, and you have like FTX and obviously Alameda Research that have chosen Solana for speed. They have transacted since inception over $4.3 billion, and then you have obviously USDC that have chosen Solana for fast global settlement, which basically is makes sense because you want to be able to transact fast and obviously not to be charged a hectic fee. And obviously it will make sense. As I say, one of the issues right now with Ethereum is the high fees for the NFT. So you have the average mint cost, which is 34 cents, and average auction cost, which is $3, which is nothing compared to Ethereum. So this is basically what is happening with them. And obviously you have multiple projects. You have at the moment over 330 different projects that are building on Solana. So you have few DEX, you have few DeFi, you have exchanges, you have game, governance, infrastructure, NFT, Oracle, stablecoin, wallet, yield, and Web3. So this is basically what's happening on Solana. Again, its price has really skyrocketed. Last time I checked, the price was $144, and I think 2 days ago was just below $100. So again, it seemed to be really pushing those boundaries and really reminding of the period when we have like Neo and Ontology, where they basically are having this big momentum and they're doing all this hackathon, or they are obviously willing to sponsor or willing to fund any project that will be building something interesting on top of Solana. So I think this is the current state of Solana, which is basically the same strategy that most blockchain have tried to use. Some of them succeeded, some of them fail, in regards to obviously to try to lure in more and more cool project. Right now, the biggest interesting project or sector will be NFT, gaming, DeFi, staking. So all of those sector, obviously Solana is trying to target, and obviously to try to lure in either existing projects to maybe migrate from Ethereum to Solana, or to get new projects to be built on it. So this is for me Solana. Let's see, and you obviously have the staking option. So you have the moment 931 validator. And obviously you can obviously, if you're not able to become a validator, you can obviously use your available token and obviously give it to the validator, and obviously you can actually earn some of those tokens. So basically you can join the pool. So this is basically what's happening with Solana, and Solana is using the following languages. So you can obviously write your own program. You have Rust, you have C++, you have C. So this is currently the language that Solana support, and it seems to be doing quite well. Now another thing that I was obviously having time to come across is obviously to try to understand what is the transaction of Cardano. Obviously Cardano was built to reach that 100,000 transactions per second. But again, they're still doing all this migration and update. And again, I couldn't find the current TPS. So if you guys know what is the current TPS, please leave a comment and let me know, because that will really make my life easier. I spent a few hours, I couldn't find this data. And I'm not going to dive in so much about Cardano because I already made a video about Cardano. I already dive in. But basically Cardano is obviously, it's a proof of stake blockchain where people can be able to stake their ADA and obviously get their dividend or yield for basically helping to secure the network. Based on my research, currently there is 2,000 validator. The fee is very low. They have from what I was able to find, they have 257 transactions per second, which is obviously way higher than Ethereum. Ethereum is on average 30 per second. And obviously Cardano really did when initiated, they started saying they're going to do 100,000 transactions per second. And again, I really think that the chances of any big blockchain to reach those numbers is really almost unheard of, and obviously not possible. The more people can be onboarding to your blockchain, the more people can be using project being on top of it. Then if you got NFT, DeFi, the chance of you reaching to 100,000 per second is very, very low. So if now they're doing 257 per second, for you to go from 257 to 100,000, I really doubt it. Again, Cardano really had a major move over the past year. They really have a strong community, and obviously if you're looking for a strong community, Cardano is the one to look forward. Yet they don't have yet a smart contract. They're obviously looking to launch in the near future the smart contract, which will obviously put them in the same level as Solana and Ethereum. So right now it's a proof of stake. You can get your you can basically validate a transaction by staking your ADA, and obviously you have a faster transaction, lower fees, but still they don't have yet a smart contract. So when they're gonna have a smart contract with this big community behind them, it's gonna become really, really interesting. Now for the last one I'm actually gonna cover is Polkadot. Alright, so Polkadot is really, really interesting. So Polkadot has been around for I think almost 2 years or so, and they've been really making a lot of noise. Now from what I was able to find is I couldn't find what is Polkadot transaction. So if you know what is Polkadot transaction, please share it in this video in the comment below. I was able to find they only have 297 validator, and Polkadot, the main blockchain, do not have a smart contract. So they created a power chain, or maybe a side blockchain, where you have the capability of something similar to smart contract, where you can actually look, it's called a Kasuma, and obviously there's other solution that they created, which is basically you have the main blockchain and you have the side blockchain where people can obviously to launch different project, different application on top of Kusuma, which is basically have similar infrastructure as Polkadot. Now Kusuma really went up to the roof, and again from what I was able to find, so Polkadot has 297 validator, and for the smart contract part they only have 10 validator. Now based on this number, I can pretty sure give you guys a fact that they're probably going to have a very fast transaction. The less people need to validate the transaction, so the less validator you have, the more likely the transaction will be faster. Okay, if I need, think about it from this perspective, if I need to confirm myself, it's very easy. If I need 10 people to confirm that this is a pen and this is a black, also gonna take some time. So always remember that the more validator you have, the more time it will take to validate the fact of the transaction. So in this case, this is something that I'm not a very big fan. That again, a Polkadot really need to learn how to scale the validator also for the smart contract part of it, and obviously be able to bring and onboard more and more project, and obviously increase the community. So this is something that I felt that Polkadot is missing a lot compared to Cardano, compared to Solana, that really has been really gaining a lot of momentum over the past few weeks. So I actually created a nice table for you guys, and I'm actually gonna try to give you my based on looking at Ethereum breakdown. So we're looking, comparing based on transaction, based on validator, based on staking, based on fees, and based on adoption. So from what I was able to see, so currently the one is actually winning, or I would say that has a tie. So on transactions, Solana is winning, okay, because they have now over 1,600 per second transaction. On validator, obviously it's right now we have Cardano, because Cardano has been here for a while compared to Solana. Staking, all of them have staking, and I believe in regarding to fees, Solana has the lowest fees, And I would say adoption, I would say still Cardano is really leading the way. So if I need to gamble on the one that will more likely to succeed and have the highest price jump based on this data, based on the current price, I'm going to be betting on Solana. Now, I'm not saying that Polkadot's not going to be good. I'm not saying that Cardano's not going to be good. I'm just saying that right now, if I want to find a solution to my problem, I'm not going to wait for Cardano to have all this smart contract solution. I'm not going to be maybe onboarding on Polkadot through Kusama. I'm going to onboarding something that already works, has fast transaction, has a decent amount validator, has low fees, and actually has smart contract. So this will be the platform I'll be choosing, which is in this case is Solana. So Solana is the winner for this category until Cardano is able to really bring that smart contract, and then Cardano will smash it and really take the lead. So that is it for today. Until next time, bye bye.